3 years since the enactment of Washington State's Foreclosure Fairness Act, but not many homeowners have taken advantage of the law, helping them avoid foreclosure through mediation. The attorneys at Advantage Legal Group work hard to educate people about this law and how it can save people's homes and, in many cases, drastically lower their mortgage payments. With more, please welcome Jonathan Smith, the founder of Advantage Legal Group. Hi, it's good to see you again. And you know how I am about this. I wish everyone knew this, because getting to mediation and getting a fair settlement for everybody seems like the wisest course. How does this law work?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, and of course that's our big deal too, is that nobody knows about this. So I invite people who are watching the show at a barbecue this weekend or a family gathering or even a work setting to mention the fact that they saw the show or heard that the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act is now 3 years old on the 22nd of this month, and see what kind of conversation it brings up, because most of the banks are telling people that their only choices are a modification through them, a deed in lieu, a short sale, or foreclosure. They do not tell them about this. In fact, they even somewhat deceive them a little bit by telling them that they get mediation when they have what's called a face-to-face with the bank, where they get on the phone with the bank to talk to them about why basically they don't qualify, or they'll even do it in-house locally with their attorneys. But it's not mortgage mediation under the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act. You know the difference, because the difference is the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act will have a mediator present. It's somebody assigned by the Washington State Department of Commerce to be there to ensure that the mediation between you, the homeowner, and the bank goes in accordance with the statute. Because if it doesn't, then the bank can be found to be in bad faith. Most people who think they've gotten mediation really haven't. They just got some sort of a telephone call.
They got a meeting.
Yeah, they got a meeting or a telephone call that basically told them why they didn't qualify. Almost everybody who comes to me has been declined, sometimes multiple times, putting in paperwork for months, if not years, trying over and over to get a modification done. And many of them have been through this, and all the banks ever tell them is deed in lieu, foreclosure, short sale, that's it. They don't tell them about this.
Some smart legislator is going to come up with an amendment to that law that requires the banks to tell people about this, and people are going to be very happy. So when you do go through this, you have to have an attorney or a counselor of some sort.
Yeah, you cannot request this yourself. You have to do this through an attorney such as myself, or a housing counselor, which is another way you'll know if you really had it. You have to hire somebody or go to somebody to help you get this started, because you can't do it on your own. But what it enables us to do is go in face-to-face with the bank and their attorneys and discuss your mortgage options, including modification and other alternatives to foreclosure. And it's highly effective, because the banks don't really want to get found to have been in bad faith, so it gives them a lot of incentive to finally give you that modification you've been struggling to get for all this time.
And it's the only leverage people really have is this law to go in there and say, I need something done. So let's talk about some of the success stories so people can see what kind of results you can get. Amalia is somebody who had an arm with a payment of more than $1,300. What happened?
Yeah, arms are really difficult, because you have to get a most of the time, somewhat drop in payment. She had an old payment of $1,316.80, and a fixed rate actually we got her down to 4.5. A lot of these arms are at a real low rate. That makes them difficult. People are not incentivized to get out of them because the interest rates are so low right now, but you've got to get out of them in case interest rates ever go up. We got her out of the arm into a 4.5 fixed rate, which is actually about what you can get if you have perfect credit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You go out and get a new rate. Her new payment is $1,067 a month, which is $248 a month reduction in her monthly expense. Plus, it's in a fully amortized 40-year loan at about 4.5%. So
and then she's set, she's up to date, and she gets to keep her house.
Correct. There's no more adjustments. It just stays where it's at.
Done. Kurt, let's see what happened to him.
Kurt was in a 30-year fixed at 5.875. His old payment was $2,776 a month.
And had he gotten behind? Is that what happened?
Yes, they're always behind. Probably have tried to do a modification several times and were declined several times, always being told their only other options were deed in lieu or short sale.
And people have lost their jobs or have difficulties because of the economic situation in the last 4 or 5 years, so this isn't unusual.
This is very normal, and what we have is people who are now re-employed, who now can afford afford the payment. The problem is they're months, if not years behind, and the bank won't give them a way to catch up.
Yeah.
So we were able to get him current on his mortgage. He's now in a recast 40-year fixed at 2%. That means his payment went down to $1,983 per month, which is a $837 a month reduction in payment. And he's, again, current, and because of his employment situation, able to make this comfortably and go forward.
That's great. And then let's go quickly, because I want to talk about some of the offers that you have. David, what happened with David?
David, here's another ARM situation. He was in a 3.75 interest only, so he's making no progress on his
oh gosh, that's
principal.
depressing. Yeah.
His old payment was $1,008 a month. We got him into a fully amortized 2% mortgage.
Wow.
Now his new payment actually went up a little bit, which is unusual because they usually insist that they go down, but this bank allowed the payment to go up, but that was necessary to get him into a fixed, fully amortized, so that at the end of the 40 years he's paid this loan off. Okay,
and he's going to feel so much better when some of that money is actually going to the principal instead of just staying
it's
where
really
you are.
depressing to get that statement every month where your principal balance never goes down and you're waiting for the next jump in interest rates. It's really an awful situation.
So where can people learn if they qualify and how to get to you?
Well, of course, they can learn by contacting our office, and we give free initial consultations.
Good.
So if people want to come in and see, do they qualify? What does it mean? How does it work? We give those. Just go to our website, advantagelegalgroup.com, and check us out and click on there to come in, or give us a call. We have an 800 number, 1-877-MEDIATION. That's 1-877-MEDIATION.
And we'll put those on the web as well, and nothing to lose. It's free to come in for a consult. We posted more information online about Washington State's Foreclosure Fairness Act and how Jonathan and Advantage Legal Group might help you.